trees and raise our city like the strangest house of cards. A ghost breath mist of snow.
Good evening. Welcome to the first aired official video of Houston Pagan Television. With me on this glorious night will be a good friend of mine, Vachmiel.
Mm-hmm.
Many of you may know him, many of you may not. But tonight we're going to get to know him and what he does for the community, because he also runs the shop. And tonight, let's all get to know him.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight? Welcome.
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me tonight.
It's definitely a pleasure.
Good. Thank you.
Such a momentous occasion when I have a good friend.
Well, it is the premiere performance. A lot of things are going on in the community, so nice way to kick everything off.
Yeah. New year, new show, new revamp for the Pagan Community.
Indeed.
All right. Michael Vachmiel.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
What kind of name is that? Is that what?
Vachmiel is from the Book of the Pauline Arts. It is a part of the Keys of Solomon. It represents the angel of the fifth hour. Sort of one of the high guardian angels in Gnostic literature.
Yeah, well, I guess that's one of the key things about you is that you are very philosophical. You know a lot about mythology.
Right.
So when it comes to names, that's going to be a little bit above my head.
It's one of those names that are out there. It's not one of the more common pagan names.
No, but it is still very unique and very
right.
nice. I mean,
yes.
It's not one of those crazy names that, people, I'm a Sandman John or something like that. It's actually very unique, but sounds like a name. Something someone would be called. So, other than that, does it have any other unique meaning? Like, how did you come by it?
It was actually given to me by my first coven when I was approximately 13, 14 years old, and I was starting to dabble into the occult and Gothism and vampirism, and we were doing calls with the Goetta, and the Goetta led to the Keys of Solomon, and we just started collecting the different parts of the Keys of Solomon, and throughout it, that particular name just resonated with me, and it seemed to work best for our calls. When I would call upon the angel as we were doing the various calls for various rituals, the power behind it really resonated into me. And that particular energy, thought form, deity just really worked well through me, so that became my given name in the community.
So it's basically it's a name that you came by through just working with it.
Exactly.
Well, that's a interesting story. I mean, better than mine. I just got mine out of a dream one day. Kind of added to it as the years went by. Like,
the energy called to you that way. Everyone works differently, so.
You just have a really cool story.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to tell my kids my story. Daddy, how'd you get your name? A dream. Don't ask. Alright, you've also been with the community for quite a while.
Yes.
You lived here even longer than me. I was born here, but I spent many years away.
Right.
While I was gone, you were here. So, how long have you been with community, and how did you get involved with it?
Obviously, I got involved into the occult. And at the time that I was involved with the occult, there was no community. This was back in the very early 80s, and what we sort of have to remember is this was a time before internet. This was a time before bulletin boards. This was a time where everything was still in the infancies. There were still arcade games in local taquerias, and we were still pumping quarters, at the Pizza Hut going, I got to beat Phoenix and Galaxian. So that has to be considered the limited technology and also the mindset. We were still a very redneck, racist, very narrow-minded town. It was only during the 80s where Cunningham first, Guide for the Solitary Practitioner came out, that anyone even began to heard of Wicca. It was the OTO and ceremonial lodges, and you got the information through mail order from England. And you would get your copies third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand. And there were a few shops that were hidden.
Back when being secretive was
very secretive.
Yeah, don't let anyone
know. I mean, this was a time where being an open witch or being an alternative lifestyle could get you killed. And for a lot of people, it did.
I believe we still have racism today.
Oh, we do. We still have racism and sexism, homophobia. But this is where everyone would turn a blind eye. Oh, it's a freak. Kill it. And
We even still have witch hunts going on too.
Oh, yeah.
Like with Rick Perry and Sarah Palin with the DC-40.
Oh, psh.
Apparently they extended it. It's still going on now.
Yeah.
It's just kind of scary that people are still letting that go. I mean, what was it? The New Apocalypse Reformation, or what's the name of the group that they represent?
Oh,
it's like the NAR or whatever.
Right. I know what you're talking about. You're talking like social engineering, right-wing, fascist type groups.
Yeah, but they have one large group that actually was what funded Sarah Palin and Rick Perry, which is what's kind of scary. And he's our governor.
Well, yes, but after his recent Brokeback Mountain video on YouTube, he may not be governor for very long.
Man, that is true. What are the latest things you've been doing with the community?
The latest things is, for the past few years, I've been online selling products. I haven't been involved with any coven or anything formally. I've been working quietly behind the scenes, talking to some of the other out there elements, like the otherkin movement, the belief that you don't necessarily have a human soul in all of your incarnations. Very similar to certain types of Buddhism, where you incarnate different ways in different forms. So the concept is not out there. Just sort of in the Western pagan mindset, it's being introduced slowly.
The idea is that, like, I know some of the Buddhist followers believe that depending on how well you did in your life,
right,
determines on what type of creature you might reincarnate in. Like the lower, you can end up in a cockroach if you had a real horrible life.
Right.
A little 30-second life. Oh, don't step on me.
Don't step on me. Other things I've done is, obviously, for those who know me, I have started creating handcrafted metaphysical products. That has grown to a very good business. Being online, we're celebrating our 6th year in existence and our 1st year in the shop. And from that, we're creating psychic fairs, holistic fairs. We're getting involved back into things like pagan meetup groups. We're getting back involved with Pagan Night Out.
You're also coordinating that psychic fair with Jewel Conch.
Right, exactly, which will happen on the 22nd of this month at our mutual store location off the Katy Freeway.
Which, don't miss, I'll be doing an episode with her eventually. She's a very interesting woman.
Actually, why don't you try thinking of maybe doing a live recorded broadcast from the fair and actually give the viewers maybe a concept of what actually goes for those who have never been to a psychic and a holistic fair, and you're still thinking of the mystics with the large headgear and the gaudy jewelry. It's not like that.
You hear that? It's been decided. We'll be doing a live airing for the psych fair.
Indeed.
And let's see here. And the name of the shop, how do you pronounce that?
Abyssal Oblique.
Alright, what kind of meaning does that have?
The abyss, in Kabbalah, in ceremonial magic, represents the hidden Sephra of Death, which is the embodiment of all knowledge that ever was, ever will be, that is forgotten, not forgotten. Sort of everything that was ever in and will be in creation and all possibilities of it. 32-dimensional string theory, chaos, magic, however you like to pronounce it. But the cosmic kernel, the seed of everything that ever will or ever possibly could be, in all of its different formats, lie within the abyss. That's why, usually in referencing back to the Goetta, it's called the call, the madness. Because trying to go through all these various incarnations and possibilities, so that's the abyss. Oblique, French, to be shadowed. So, hidden knowledge, shadowy knowledge.
So it's kind of like it's like basically the representative meaning of the mystical. We cover everything that's mystical.
Right.
Everything that's in the shadows,
right.
Mythical, mystical, metaphysical, pagan, we cover it all.
Exactly. So it's a play on words, occult meaning hidden. So, abyssal oblique, knowledge which is hidden.
Alright.
Using a little bit of play on words from a few different cultures, but that's the gist.
Eventually we're going to try to get you a place on my website so you can post some of your more popular, up-to-date items that people might be interested in, so they can see what you're offering and give you a call up and try to buy stuff and stuff like that as well.
Right.
Let's see. You're currently at a shop that's down off of I-10.
Right. The exact address is 10910 Katy Freeway. And that's located in Houston, Texas, so it's convenient off the tollway. And for all of our fans and all of our pagan friends that are stranded in Katy, who are voice their opinion over and over about being forced to drive into the center of Houston, now you have a wonderful and viable alternative.
We would give you the suite number, but
Suite is 132.
okay, well he gave it to it, but it's not really going to help you much in there. It's not in order. Just go in there and ask for the red-haired guy.
Yes.
Probably help you find him.
Not exactly difficult to find.
I walked around there trying to find them myself, and I was trying numbers. These aren't in order.
Oh, but the anti-shops are gorgeous.
Oh yes,
yeah.
they have
Yeah.
wonderful shops in there. So don't miss shopping around there as well. I believe isn't that the same place where Jules.
Joel has opened up her shop. She has a lovely set of curios selling her bath salts, her saging products, which works really well with my incense and oil. So yes, 2 metaphysical shops, 1 giant parking lot. It's a one-stop pagan shop.
Which is awesome because it also shows how shops can get along.
Yes.
A lot of shops I've heard have hit issues because like this is our territory.
So,
don't put up a shop here and stuff like that. And,
the Witch Wars.
These two guys, Vach and Sonia and Jewel, are all getting along and they're in the same location.
Yes.
It's inspiration to a lot of people. They're good friends.
Right.
You know, they're good people. Jewel's a real nice person.
Oh, she's wonderful.
And she won't think twice for helping you or asking you to help move stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I mean, how long? When did y'all move into the shop?
We moved in January.
And it's been a good place?
It has been a good place so far. We are still in the process of setting up, so the Psychic Fair will be our official default grand opening.
You're all falling behind. Jewel's ahead of you.
Yes, but we've had more sales. Ha.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw pictures of her new shop. It's looking...
Oh, she has put definite work into it.
When are you going to post some images of yours?
After I get done painting it black and I have my bronze and copper sigils up, which will be this week.
Awesome. So we can expect some pictures of it soon.
Yes.
I'll make sure to let people know so they can look and see what it's looking like.
Right.
All right. Let's see here. And you're also with Sonia.
Yes.
She helps you out a lot as well.
Oh, yes. Professional massage therapist, aromatherapist.
And they do that in the shop, too.
Yes, we do.
How long have y'all been together?
Oh, my goodness. Myself and Sonia, 6 years.
It's a long time.
Very long time, yes.
Yeah. She's also a sweet girl. I've been over to y'all's house many times. Y'all play D&D quite regularly.
Oh, yeah. We're avid gamers. We're geeks. No secret with that.
What pagan isn't?
Yes.
Almost every pagan has their geek side.
Right.
I myself play World of Warcraft.
Oh, Old Republic. I got bored with Warcraft. Oh, come on. When you're a warlock and you're completely specced out, your succubus can just own anything. But then again, succubus usually do own everything. So, but Old Republic, voice acting, full animations.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let's put it this way. When Blizzard is so scared of the Old Republic, where if you just continue to play and just promise to get the pre-order, you'll get Diablo 3 for free. They're basically giving their players a $60 bribe to stay with them. That's fear.
I know. I signed up for that.
Mooch. Damn bastard.
Hey, Diablo was a great game growing up, you know.
Oh, but come on. They made it World of Warcraft pretty. Have you seen the new graphics? It's all light and pretty.
Hey.
I swear to God, if they make Diablo sparkle like they're trying to do with all the new vampires. Oh.
Those aren't real vampires, sir. But, let's see here. We tried to get Sonia in here with you, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. She had to work.
Right.
Hard-working woman.
Exactly, yes.
From what I've seen of her work, I highly recommend anyone who's looking for a massage, go to her. Mm-hmm. She offers very good services. And Vach here does chakra realignments, correct?
Yes, I do energy work.
And I can attest, it works. It's great. I got to get it done again here soon.
Yeah.
And you don't charge an arm and a leg.
No, I did not. No.
Very, very, very cheap. Very easy on the wallet, but very good work.
Yes.
So if y'all ever have any chakra needs or any energy working, go to Vach.
Mm-hmm.
Getting time is a little bit of an issue, but he'll get to you eventually. I promise. I promise. He's a very busy man, especially with the opening of the new shop and everything.
Yes.
Let's see here. As you well know, we're doing the new Pagan television show.
Right.
What are your opinions on this Pagan television show?
It's really long overdue. Okay, seriously. We've had all the kiddie shows. We've had Charmed. We've had Buffy. We've had this fanciful portrayal of the craft forever. And yes, it's fun. Yes, the eye candy is lovely to look at. But, on a serious note, we've had 4 generations of pagans now since the craft came to the United States in the 60s. That's 40, 50 years worth of craft work. And there are still no real pagan churches. There's no pagan hierarchy. There are no political action communities. There's no even real community television. Luckily, the internet, a good computer, a good camera, that solved a lot of these problems. But the void, the lack of interaction among community members, among people that have 10, 20, 30 years in the craft and are honed their teeth into it. I mean, you see religious people of every bent all the time selling every book, product, giving interviews, experts' opinions, and whatever. But paganism, the first religion in and of itself, its lack of presence is deafening. So it's a wonderful idea to actually do, these are pagans, these are their various paths. It's not monotheistic. We're not all Wiccans. It's not all one certain way. It's wide, it's varied. Some of these traditions are new, some are old, some have older concepts, some are brand new. But there's no real organic documentation outside of books. But now we have iPads, we have video conferencing, technology that pagans used to first meet, the bulletin board services, the social evolution of the computer systems. We're starting to fall behind. Where our stations, our TV presence, our documented history and culture, our actual social anthropology of our religious and social beliefs.
Yeah, I've asked that question many times myself. A lot of the answers I've gotten back is a lot of them were, well, this is what makes us unique. We don't want to be organized because that'll make us like everybody else, or stuff like that. And I've always asked them, well, the less organized we are, the easier it is for other religions to crush us.
Yeah.
Because it is a very religious dominating world out there.
Right.
A lot of religions, especially like Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, and all that stuff, they highly believe of being more dominant because they believe that they are the number one religion and that they are righteously imbued with the right to crush their opposition because they should convert everyone. Which, if we don't work together, then we could fade into the dust. I mean, what is it? One voice hollering in one direction is silenced out by everything. If a million voices hollered in one direction, they can topple a mountain.
Right.
So if one of us or a few of us are working together, great, but that's not going to be overheard by all the outside noise.
Right. And all you ever hear is, where are the pagan charities? Where are our 104c3s? Where is our establishment? We are the fastest growing religion in the United States, and we have nothing to show for it. What is the good of numbers if there is no legacy?
Yeah.
If you want pagan children in pagan schools and you don't want this harassment, this to become nothing more than a footnote in history, dust, to be blown away by the winds of time, then you have to build something that will last. And that is only through groups, through a society. Paganism is a society. Goth is a society. Vampires are a society. A subculture is still a culture. And you have the fastest growing religion in the United States yelling and screaming, we don't want to be the culture that we are by default. That's sort of insane.
Yeah, we also have a big issue, though, that prevents us from even doing that, though, is that we have a lot of people out there who go to extremes to be over-exaggerated with their religion.
Right.
And they give a really bad name to us.
Right.
Get people who run around all in black, waving a pinnacle, saying they're going to curse you and stuff like that. A lot of people would think it's all about chanting and lighting candles, who don't really understand the pure essence of what paganism is.
Right.
I posted a post on my Facebook a while back that says, what does it mean to be pagan?
Right.
And in that I stated that paganism in itself isn't the religion. it's the way of life.
Right.
It's about it's balance. But within that path, within that way of life, you have the religions. So you got Wiccan, you got shamanism, you got Druid, you got Alexandrian, Corellian,
Right.
all the different ways.
Right.
But those are religion. Paganism itself is the way of life.
It's a philosophy.
Yeah. It's balance. It's being dark, evil, creative, destructive, male, female, up,
Right.
down, left, right. It's just about balance, and it's not about magic. You can never ever cast magic and still be pagan,
Right.
because paganism isn't about working with magic.
Right. Paganism in and of itself is just a philosophy.
Yeah.
The magical practice comes from the different sect of paganism, what you see and what you believe.
And a lot of people have lost touch with that, especially with the younger generations. But I guess that's the older generation's fault for not helping, work together to provide a better, what was the word you said?
A cultural society, an anthropology, a heritage.
A better heritage for them to follow.
Right.
Nowhere to go to turn to get a better understanding of what their heritage actually is.
Right.
So hopefully in the future we can start working better. That's why I created my house on my Eve.
Right.
Was to help work us together with the many different covens and groups and stuff like that. And I'm hoping to start working in correlation with Witch Fox and the local groups like you and the
Right.
Magic Cauldron and Jewel Conch's JR Creations.
JR Creations, yes.
And get us all working together to start stuff like what you mentioned, like schools,
Right.
temples and stuff like that. Like I've actually started putting money aside. I think I've got a couple $100. I'm working up. I have a long ways to go, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do like my parents did and buy several acres, and I want to buy about 20 acres and get it for about $60,000. I want to save up for that,
Yeah.
and I can also get a VA loan to pay off what I'm lacking to help buy some property to build a temple on. That'll be my goal. But starting from here, like I said, I'm just starting with the television show to get people interested in something where they can go to start getting to know each other.
Right.
Because a lot of us don't know each other. We have a small community that gets together once a month.
Right. I mean, Pagan Night Out has been around for years. But unless you're in the know, you don't know it's even going on.
Mm-hmm.
Council of Magic Arts, CMA. Fairs and festivals for years, but there are still people that don't even know it exists.
Mm-hmm.
So groups and organizations, you can be around forever, but if you're not advertising and promoting and renewing your membership and bringing in the younger crowd and learning how others are evolving your craft, existence is not enough.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can fix that. I mean,
Right.
there's no guarantees with anything like that. I mean, you're all excited about it now, so
Right.
we can start working together. I know
Right.
Jewel is, just I guess with just the roll of the dice right now, we gotta see where they fall.
Right.
Other than that, though, I mean, with that we got the first episode going. We can air that. We gotta let everybody know about it.
Right.
I believe with that, I think we've probably covered everything.
I think we've covered almost everything.
I mean, it was a pleasure to have you.
Pleasure.
Nice
Thank
seeing you again, and hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. Like, again, this was Michael Vachmiel. I'm your host, Kashadel Mamaiv, and today's sponsor was Abyssal Obliques. And with that, have a good night. Blessed be. Have a good night.
Good night.
Rising with bright feathers in the desert, blessed by the wind. We dance with pride, we shimmer in the never was. We shimmer in the never was. We are Shangri-La. Those who know the way, relieving saddened sleep and fitful visions, we return. We raise our city high, we watch our city burn. Relieving saddened sleep and fitful visions, we return.